Good morning. Guess what? Remember Dr. Roxanne Contee show. Get your coffee, get your tea, whatever you want to get your breakfast, get up, get ready for the show because it's going to be a wonderful show. We got great guests that's coming on. And also, I just want to thank God for waking me up this morning because a lot of people didn't wake up. So I thank him for waking me up this morning. But what I want to mention is, prayers for anyone that's out there that's sick. There's a lot of people that's sick or shut in. Some people in the hospital. We don't know what's going on with them. So I want y'all to keep them in prayer. And also, anybody birthday in the month of January, happy birthday to you all. I might not be able to name you all at one time, but guess what? I say happy birthday to you all. And God bless you all. And I hope you have a blessed birthday for this January. So I want to introduce my host, Sharon Pearson.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Happy Saturday.
All right. So Sharon, could you tell us a little bit just what you did this week so far?
Oh man, what did I do? It would take up a whole show, but I'll just be brief. I was just working hard at the salt mine / sulfur mine, called my job, aka the federal government. And it's kind of crazy. Yeah. Okay. It's just crazy. It's all tax season, so.
Tax season, right. That's like a lot of, everybody get ready. Ooh. Tax season. Yep. And I had a blessed week. My kids, and everybody know I retired, 30 years of school district of Philadelphia. But I went back to help out the children because they really need it. They need the old school teachers to come back and help out, and that's what I did. I came back to help out. So we had a beautiful, beautiful week. So now we're going to get to introduce my manager and Brett Jolly, who's a friend of ours, to come on and sit here so we can have a question for you too.
Hey, all right. Hi.
Hey, how are you, Brett? How you doing, Earl Contee?
Good morning.
How are you?
Dr. Roxanne Sharon Pearson.
All right.
What's that, Paul? Like, you don't know who I am?
That's what we just did, just to put it out.
Oh, wow, we got a call already?
Already.
Let's see.
The line's open.
Hello, Dr. Roxanne Contee show. Caller. Yes? Hello? Hello? Yes? Hello? Dr. Roxanne Contee show. Maybe the wrong number. Maybe that was the wrong number. All right, the question is, when do you think that dating someone, how long you think dating someone would take before they decide to marry the person? How long do you think?
You want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay. This is probably my opinion because everybody will have something different to say about this.
Okay.
But I will say this. I will say the phone is ringing.
Phone is ringing.
I'll say that.
Dr. Roxanne Contee show.
Yeah, I'm here to listen to the show.
Okay. Go to Facebook page, Roxanne Contee, and it will be on YouTube later, but I just want you to know that go on to Facebook under my name, Roxanne Contee, okay?
Roxanne Contee, how you spell your last name?
Contee.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. That's mine for you?
That's my brother.
Oh, that's your brother. Oh, okay. He should be on yours too. Yes.
He should get notified, right?
Yes. Yeah, it should be on yours too. Okay. So what would you say, Brett?
I would say this is different for everybody, but I'm going to say, and this is from my own personal experience, I think that what should actually happen, you shouldn't base it so much on quantitative terms as you should qualitative.
Okay.
All right, because let me tell you one reason for that. There are people who have been married for 25 years and still don't know each other.
Right.
All right. So, when it comes to something like that, I always figure if you know somebody's the right one for you, you'll feel it inside.
Mm-hmm.
It will be there. And, when it feels positive, then, you don't ignore the warning signs because everybody gives off a warning sign one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And when they do, pay attention because if they're telling you who they are, believe them.
Right.
All right. So when that happens, what you end up doing is, you go according to it. Still take a little bit of time, but make sure that you're sure. And also, too, if you really feel yourself falling for somebody, and you're willing to change for that person, then that means that they're probably in the right vicinity.
Right. Right. All right, Earl Contee, what would you think? How do you think about that?
What you saying? When you think that it's time to get married, or when you date somebody, how long should it take?
Yes.
Well, every situation is a little different. Like, if you know you're compatible, and it shouldn't take, I think, about 2 years or less.
2 years.
If you really believe that that's the one for you, and you should have an open mind and display your wants and like, and don't hold nothing back. If you a church going person, or if you're not, or whatever, so you gotta have some compatibility. That's my take on that.
Well, you should also be able to accept their faults too, which is really important. No one is perfect.
Right.
And somebody, you're going to always have something that you're going to disagree with, or something's not going to vibe right with you. Right. If you can accept a person's faults and they can accept your faults, you're in the general vicinity of where you need to go in terms of starting something really good.
Right. That's what I believe. I believe, well, my thing is, if you want to be with a person so many years, and, a lot of people, if you are a Christian, a lot of people believe in, far as being intimate, you don't have to do that until you're married. So if they feel that way, a lot of people that's when they jump into the marriage.
Do you think a Christian person could date an atheist person and be married and be happy? Do you think that? Or a Christian and a Muslim could be married and be happy? Do you think that?
I think a Christian, it's going to be different beliefs and everything. It's going to be hard, but I believe it's...
If the love's there, you think they still can make it?
Yeah. I think they can. It depends on, I guess, the individuals.
What's your take on it, Sharon?
Well, I guess my thing is, you want to be on the same page, and I'm trying to think of the scripture. How can two be agreed? I can't remember what the scripture is, but you need to be, to me, on one accord. Equally yoked. I mean, if you believe something that I don't believe, then we're not on the same page. And I'm not talking about a difference of opinion. You understand what I'm saying?
But
that's just you asked me, so I'm saying that's how I feel. Like, for as a difference of opinion is one thing, but you have to think, if you get married, children, like, how are you going to raise your children? What, like,
right.
But
have Christian, have Muslim,
but I witnessed
Buddhist,
people 20 years. They have a beautiful relationship. He's Muslim, she's Christian. She goes to church.
Well,
he don't. But they don't have any kids involved. But
no, I know what you're saying.
They show a lot of love.
Right, like I said, you never know what goes on behind the scenes. That's what I always tell people. You see people, they can be look like the best people in the world. You can see people who look like they're the best, not the best in the world. But it's all about, like I said, to me, it's being on one accord. And then as far as marriage, some people, you could be dating, courting 6 weeks, and y'all get to know each other, and then you can have some people who dating, and then they decide to marry after 20 years of being together, and then they break up. And you're like, well, they've been together 20 years, and they get married, and then they break up. Well, so I think it really depends.
Well, like I know somebody just got married. They just knew each other a month, and they got married, and that might last forever. I think to each his own. It's to each his own to me. But I feel like if your person is living together or if they're together, I feel like they should start
some kind of dialogue.
Some kind of dialogue of marriage, even if it's engagement. Just something to show me that this is going to be something that we're going to be together. This is something that's going to happen. I don't care when. It might be later on down the line, but at least I know that we're getting married. Not that you're having your cake and eat it too. Not that you're here with me and we're here with each other.
And you're there for the long haul. For the good and the bad, right?
Now,
and the different opinions and everything.
Now, me, myself, all my life, it seemed like I've been married. It seemed like I never even was single, ever. I just feel like that. Because I was married once before. Now I'm married again. So it just seems, to me, that just seems like,
The three's the charm, right?
yes, three's the charm.
No.
Shut up. Wow. He just said it all, okay?
Right.
He said it all. Look.
Some people say four's a charm.
Right.
They know, right?
No.
Wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute now. No, they said 3 strikes you out, okay? After the third one, if that don't work, then they're done. I mean,
Right.
you're done with the marriage stuff.
And that applies
I
in
mean, that's the
baseball.
way.
That's only baseball.
Well, I mean-
I agree with you, Brett. Only baseball.
No. To me, if that third person it don't work, it's 3 strikes you out. But this is my opinion. I seem like like I said, I have been married since I was 21 at one time. 21.
Okay.
Okay, and then I got married again. I'm not gonna. And this is the third time was the
Be
best
honest.
time. The third time. I'm being honest with you. Okay, you want to tell everybody on national TV? Okay, I've been married 3 times. My third time, but guess what? The third one was the best.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with you.
Okay.
I think also just to throw this in there. I think that when you get into it, you have to make sure that you have to realize that the person that you start out with in the long haul will not be the same person you end up with.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody changes as they grow older.
Right.
Definitely should.
Right,
Absolutely.
right. So you gotta make sure that when you hook it up in the beginning, not only is she great or he great, but they're also your best friend.
Right, and
Right,
also,
that's
I don't feel like, even though I said 3 times, okay, he don't put it out there. So he don't put it out
No,
there.
I
So,
didn't put it out
so
there.
the second one, wait a minute, but the second one lasted
said
only
your
a year. So what that tell you? So that second one not even counting to me.
Right.
Now the first one lasted at least 10 years or more. Then this one is lasting like 18, almost 18 years. So, whatever. Like I said, I'm telling about my life now. It's okay. It's all right. But like I said, I've been married. So I really don't know how it is to be a single woman at the moment. I really don't. But if I was a single woman and a man was living with me, I'm going to ask you, yes, I'm going to say, okay, when is we going to tie this knot? Or
What's your intention?
what's your intention? What is your intentions? That's what I would be like saying. Because I want to know,
We together now.
are we going to be married? Yeah. A lot of men think that that's cheap. Like they say it's cheaper to keep her and all that. But think about marriage, because under God's institution, if you are a religious person, God will want you to live and be
sin.
in sin, right?
That's what
I mean, if you're a religious person, you will understand the commandments. Okay? Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not. Look, do I have to go through the commandments? We already know what the commandments are.
And your partner
So-
should believe in the same things, right?
Right. So, I'm just saying, if you are a believer in marriage one day, it's fine. Maybe you don't know that person. Maybe you want to get to know that person more. That's fine too. But I believe, show them that you really want them by even if it's a engagement ring, even if it's something to say, maybe we later on down the line, sweetheart, we'll make this official and get married.
But how long should he wait?
Well, you know what? That was my question for you two guys. That was my question for them, wasn't it?
Well, I
How long should they
said
wait?
It should be no
How
more
long
than 2
should-
years, if that. You should date and see your compatibility. Ask the tough questions.
Yeah.
Like your
You know you're compatible
religion,
before 2 years.
you like kids.
You know that.
You don't like kids. What do
Right.
you feel about double marriage, open relationship? All these
All
questions.
that, but guess
All
what?
these different
Earl
questions
Contee,
you
that's
gotta
for the
ask.
next show.
No, that's all about marriage. and being
I know what you're saying,
together.
but it is for the next show. Time frame, next show. Okay, so that's the question was that I asked. Okay, that's the next show. The question that I asked was how long? I mean, not everything else, not the religion, not none of that. I didn't ask anything about none of that. I said, how long do you think a person should wait before they're asked to be married, or for their hand in marriage, or that was my question.
That was the question. I gave you the answer.
Okay, and I may have gotten that wrong, but I will still stick by this. It depends on when you feel you've learned enough about the person that you decide you want to be, and that person feels the same way about you. If you think you have that kind of continuity between you, then it's right. You know, but if you put it like a time frame, say I'm gonna do this like maybe in 10 years or something like that. That means you're basing it on anything other than the actual relationship.
So you think a person should stay together, even if they stay together 20-some years and they never married? You think that's okay? I'm asking.
Well, I'm gonna put it this way. I'll put it this way.
Answer that.
There are people who have been
Yeah, right.
there have been people who've been married. Smokey Robinson was married 29 years, and they divorced.
Yeah, and I understand that.
So you can be married to him for a long time and still not know him.
But just like a person just got married in 1 month, but then that might last longer than anybody else, and they really didn't know each other that much, but they got married in a month. So I think, like you said, it's the individual, what the individual think, what the individual do, their lifestyle, on what they think should happen or when it should happen. But I don't believe in someone being together over 10 years and nothing going on, nothing, no kind of marriage, no nothing. So now you have, okay, I got my milk at home, everything good,
And then you gotta
but then we don't have
I
no,
don't mean to cut you off, but then you gotta think about the finances and stuff. People get houses and cars and stuff. Because if you don't marry, then you still won't get the benefits of the finances.
well, then you know if they were bum when you first meet them.
Oh, wow.
We're not really even saying that
So
they're
if you think
bums.
you know what I mean, you know if they ain't got
'Cause
whatever,
most likely you're
when
not
you
gonna
first
date
meet
a-
them, then,
Well, most likely you ain't gonna date a bum anyway.
right.
Oh, no, wait.
You don't know that. We don't know that.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's why you got to
He
talk.
said, wait a minute.
Open dialogue.
That's a
No,
whole
but what
nother.
I'm
That's a
saying
whole
is-
nother show.
That's another
that's
show.
another show
Yeah,
too. That's another show, Earl. We
But
get into
finance.
something different again. That's another show. It is. It is.
Because I know
Even
people
though-
have been married for 20 years
Right.
and then they break
Of
up
course, right.
and they had a house together. But it was only put in one person's name due to they had better they had better what would you say
They have a continuity between them. I mean,
Revelation. But
Yeah.
we're gonna stop our time because getting time and we have to have our guests come on.
better credit score. I was saying they had a better credit score.
Okay.
Oh.
They both put
That's
their
a
house
whole
together.
nother
So
show.
That's a
now
whole
one
nother
person
show,
got the
Earl.
house and the
We'll
other one don't.
We'll be
Yeah.
here
You
till 1
understand
o'clock.
Yes.
That's a whole.
You know?
That's a whole. But we thank you guys for the for answering our questions. Yes, thank you.
All right. Thanks for
All
coming on.
right.
All
See you
righty.
guys
Take
later.
care.
Thank you so much.
See ya.
That's my manager, y'all.
Yeah, we need you.
And that's my friend,
Don't let the doorknob hit us.
Reggie.
With good Lord split.
All right. So now we have our guest, Charmaine Thompson. Come on over, Charmaine. Yes. Hello, Charmaine.
Hello.
How you doing, Charmaine?
Good. I'm good.
Good. So, Charmaine, could you tell us a little bit about yourself first?
Okay, my name is Charmaine Thompson. I'm an author of Faith in the Midst of Adversity. That's a bio of myself. And with that, I encourage women, no matter what their struggle is, they can move forward. You know, we go through so much in our life, and sometimes we get stuck in what we're going through. But through that, we can know that we are a woman of purpose, woman of destiny, and, you know, we're beautiful and wonderfully made.
Yes.
You know, God has chosen us. So there is greatness inside of us. All we have to do is believe.
Yes, wonderful. Well, you look beautiful. I love that outfit on you.
Thank you.
And I'm so glad you came in today to talk about. So what is actually you were telling me I met you through a fashion show that I was in recently on a Saturday, which was beautiful. Cameron, thank you, Cameron Montgomery, for that. But you telling us, like, far as, you know, your religion and stuff, you go into, you know, what are you doing? Like, you told me that you have a woman's thing that you do.
Yes.
So tell everybody about that.
Okay, so with my book, encouraging ladies all over the world to do greatness with themselves, I also last year did a conference for women that, you know, women that are broken, women that things, we go through so much.
Right.
And
Right.
so I put the conference together just to encourage the ladies to move forward with their life and don't be stuck in their situation.
Right.
That there's greater things for them. So last year I put 4 professional ladies, educated ladies on different areas. The panel was finance, real estate, also moving forward with their life. And it was phenomenal. 70 ladies show up, and we had such a great time. After the conference, I was blown away because some of these ladies called me. Some of them bought houses from the conference and so forth and so on. So it was really phenomenal. This year, for the second year, we're going to be having this conference in April, and it's April the 8th. And we're looking for God to just do some phenomenal things. This year we have professional women are coming back, and we're going to be dealing with finance. We're going to be dealing with mental health. Yes. Because mental health, we need that.
Yes, we do.
And we need to be educated about mental health. Also, we're going to be doing finance and grief and loss. You know, so many people had grief this year and loss. So we're just going to identify those stuff and tell the lady how they can move forward. Because, you know, when you lose someone, it can be very, very tragic. Yes. And you don't know how to move forward because your whole world fall apart. So we're going to be just educating the woman how to move forward in their grief. And we have a speaker coming. Her name is Dr. Wilkins. Oh my God. You don't want to miss this lady. She's a phenomenal lady. She's also a psychologist. So she's going to be, she is very good in speaking. And she's going to speak to us in moving forward, level up. You know, level up. You know, stand for what you believe in.
Stand for what you believe.
Yes, stand for what you believe in.
Wonderful.
Yes, so I'm looking forward to that. And if you want tickets for that conference, you can go to my Facebook page, Charmaine Thompson, or my IG, which is CharmCare11, and you could get those tickets.
Wow. I mean, I'm just like, I'm just blown away. Far as, you know, you put God first in everything you do. That's a blessing because you know everything will be wonderfully made as soon as you put Him first in everything you do.
Yes.
So, can you tell me a little bit about what is your creative process like, though? What was your creative process like when you decided to do this?
Okay, so my book that I have is Faith in the Midst of Adversity. And I've been through so much in my life as a young age. And it was nothing but the Almighty God that allowed me to reach to where I am now. You know, God first in everything you do. God know what you go through in your life, and your step is ordered by Him.
Yes, it is.
It's ordered by Him. So from that, I have learned to trust God, and because of that, I have go to Africa. I've traveled to Africa to do outreach.
Okay.
With that, I did. There's a family that I adopt from there. So it's going on and on, you know, because of the things that you've been through. I know that the things that you go through in your life is a step for you to do greater things with yourself. Because you know what, your struggles come to make you stronger, better, and wiser.
That's right.
So because of your struggles, you can help somebody else.
Yes,
your sister is going through, help your sister out. You've been through some stuff.
Instead of putting them down, because that's what a lot of people do. A lot of them just put them down. Instead of just raising them up, put them down. And that's the sad part about it. And like you said, when you're going through something, you know, struggles or anything, go to your sister, ask her, are you okay? Let's talk about it.
Yes.
Sometimes talking, you know, or listening, a listening ear is a wonderful thing. Just to hear what someone has to say or what they're going through.
And because of those struggles, I also have a podcast. And the podcast is Woman of Power Charm Care. And what I did was pull women from all over the world to come on the podcast, tell about their story, their struggles, and how they overcome that. Because you know what, you have to overcome. You know, you can't stay there. You have to overcome your struggles. And we're queens. You know, we are queens. You know, so we go through things. pick up yourself and move on.
Yes.
Don't stay in that.
Mhm.
You know, we're a queen, and God has created us for greatness.
Yes.
And that's so true about sharing your struggles, because
Right.
sometimes people may see you at a certain level, like,
Mhm.
and think, oh, well, you've always been there, but they don't know, like, how you got to be where
Where
you
you
were.
Mhm.
Like, for example, some years ago, like in the 90s, I had my own, I was renting in my own house. They decided that they wanted to, sell it, so I had to move back home with my mom, and at the same time, then I lost my job, and then I got divorced. So it was like bam, bam, bam. I was like, is this a Job thing? But not quite like Job, but it was like, okay, this
A
happened,
Job
this happened, and I mean, like, my bank account was cleaned out. I mean, literally, I had like hardly no money, but I mean, I had my family support, but like financially, I was like, whoo. And I was like, God, if you get me through this, I promise I will do right by my finances. And you know how a lot of times people say it, but they don't do it. But I did it, so I can say, thank God, I'm like debt free. My credit score is like 800, and I'm just like,
How you doing?
and I'm not rich. I mean, I'm not rich, but it's just that I'm like,
Yes.
I don't have to be like,
Yes.
So
Yep.
sometimes people have to tell me, well, you can do this, treat yourself, do this, because sometimes, even though I'm past that, sometimes in the back of my head, that mindset is like, okay, now
It's a trigger.
Right.
yeah, you only got 75 cents. No, but you really don't have 75 cents, but you still got the 75 cent. Like, I gotta still buy 75 cent stuff, so
Yeah.
it's definitely important to do that, because like I said, a lot of times people might see me and they're like, oh, look at you, girl, and they just don't even know. Like, look, I was in my house once. I was like 3 weeks, like, I didn't want to come out the house. I didn't want to come out the bed. So,
Because you was going through a depression.
so people just don't,
Right.
It's good to share your story, with other ladies, and
Right.
share your story, because you will help someone else.
Help someone
You
else,
know,
right.
ladies are in depression. You was in depression before. Tell them how you got out of that.
Yes.
Share your story. It's very important to share your
Definitely
story.
my
Yeah.
family and my church. I love my church. Shout out Christian Stronghold
Yeah.
Baptist Church.
Yes.
47 Lancaster. I'm just serious.
Yeah.
Like, just the stuff that they have, like the programs and just all kinds of stuff.
And as you said about the church,
Yeah.
my church have a recovery ministry, and it's going to help people all over the world. In every area of their life. My church is Shepherd Heart Ministry,
Okay.
and we have a recovery ministry. And I thank God for that, for
Yes.
giving my pastor that vision, that's whatever it is. Whatever it is that you're struggling with,
Yeah.
you can get help for it, because help is around.
Well, that's the whole problem. That's another, definitely another show with the mental health. I'm telling you, it's really going out. It's really, people are not. They don't want to admit that they have the problem. Once they admit they have the problem, then they can get the help that they need. But a lot of them don't mention it. And it's a lot of, I'm not going to say, it's a lot of men that do that too.
Yeah,
Mostly,
yeah.
I noticed that men, they don't want to admit to having these problems or mental health. But I see a lot of women that said they have problems, they go get the help they need, and so they get better with it. But I think everybody should just think about that, because that's a topic that really, really is very, very, it's something that need to be talked about.
And it's very important.
Yes.
You have to admit
Right.
that you're having a problem to
Right.
get the help, right?
Right.
So if you
you're
don't
not
admit
admit
it,
it,
you can't get the help.
But I think
Yes.
one of the things with men is I feel bad, and I have like empathy for them, because it's kind of like, well, I'm a man, you a man, suck it up. Seriously, you're a man, suck it up. Don't cry. I'm like, what? So a lot of times, that's where that comes from. You can't cry, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
you can't do this, because I'm a
That's
man,
it, yeah.
I gotta suck it up.
But I don't think there's nothing wrong with crying. I know men do feel that. Some men feel that way about crying. But I always say, there's nothing wrong with crying. It doesn't make you less of a man if you cry. I think it's okay to cry.
Oh, that's
But you know,
But you know how society is.
I see some women now. I see some of them laughing. I mean, like, yeah. I see the background laughing. But there's nothing wrong with a man crying. Okay. I used to say to Earl too. I said, look, God forbid if something's happening, I want you crying. I want you crying because you don't cry. I don't see him crying too much.
I think it's a
He's
macho
not a
thing,
crier.
you know,
I mean,
it's a macho
like,
thing.
you know. But that's.
I'll
you know,
make
that's,
sure.
Well, some men cry alone. They don't cry in front of people.
Right, but there's nothing wrong. But I guess
But there's nothing wrong with. But why
nothing wrong
don't
with
you
that.
cry? Let's ask them that question though. While they ain't sitting there, why wouldn't y'all cry in front of people?
I think when men cry in front of people, they take that as a weakness.
Right, that's what
So
I
I
And it's
think,
not a weakness.
and it's not really a weekness, but that's what it is. They
Yeah.
think if they cry in front of people is a weekness. So
Yeah.
some men cry behind the scene, and it's okay. It's okay.
It's not okay if.
It's okay.
Well, when you were raised by grandparents,
said. Lord, I can't.
it's a different era.
Era.
It's not okay. Look,
Yeah, ERROR.
it's funny.
I know you said it.
Yeah, it's a different. Yeah, men don't. I mean,
When you was raised by your grandparents, you were taught not to cry. Suck it up.
That's
Be
what
strong.
you said. Y'all being
But they cry behind doors, behind closed doors and stuff. That don't mean they don't have no feelings or anything.
right. I know.
It's just they do it a different way.
yeah, right. It's
And I don't think it's a wrong or right way.
But can you see you have your husband and you see him crying all the time? Then you think something is wrong.
No,
Exactly.
No, we're talking about that. No, we're not talking about weeping willows.
Right, we ain't talking about that.
Then I'm
But it's great that you brought that
stop
point
the
up.
crying. I'll be like, stop
It's
crying.
some guys that do
Stop
that all the
crying.
time.
Like, all
Like,
right,
all that
Because
crying.
mommy said it's okay to cry.
No, but it's
I work
no.
with children too, and it's like some kids cry every little thing. Little boy tapped him on his head. He's playing, he cries.
No, but
And I
okay,
gotta
that's
call his mama and
children. That's
everything.
children.
You know,
But you know, you gonna expect children to cry anyway. Children cry for
every little thing.
But that's okay because they're children. But men, I think when they get older, it seems like they don't want to cry. Now, I feel like if someone passed or whatever, a man should cry in front of people. What's wrong with that?
It's a
I mean, that's
matter
just
of
my-
opinion.
that's just
That's a
my-
matter of opinion.
World, I think you should, if it, God forbid.
I'll make sure you do.
If something happens
It's
to
not
me,
about
you
Some
me.
make
happen,
it
you
too.
come there, I'm gonna make
No,
you cry.
don't make it about
Smack
me.
him
It's
in the
about
back.
life.
I'ma smack him upside the back of his
It's
head.
about life.
He really gonna be crying. They gonna be like, oh man, brother Earl really broke him
It's
up.
about life.
Yup.
Thank you.
Cause Sister Sharon was back there. You better cry. You better cry.
Yeah, I'm crying inside. Remember
No, you
that.
gonna be crying
He said
outside.
inside. He really don't. He did say that. He really don't. Like, I mean, you know, we had dear people. Like, of course, you know, I have my son
Let me tell you a story.
who passed on. You know, and that is still, you know, I'm still grieving from that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, from time to time, I might cry out to myself about it.
Right.
But I cry in front of people sometimes. If we mention it, I might cry sometimes because that was my son. That was my only son. And so, you know, it's just something that happens. You know, you're going to cry and and the thing that's going to bother me, February is always going to be that month that's going to make me a little sad because my son died in February. All right, February, which was 14th of February. So it's kind of hard for that. And I know people that lost a child. If people never lost a child, they never understand what we go through.
Right.
Okay? Because it's like we're older than our children.
Right.
We don't expect our children to go before us.
Right.
And then if they do go before us, it's hard.
Right.
So it's hard for and I shout out to Mothers in Charge because I think because of Mothers in Charge, it helped me to you know, can't bring my son back, but it helped me a lot because I'm not the only one going through this process. There's a lot of women who are going through the process of losing their child. So it's not an easy thing to deal with, but and I know, you know, it's rough out here. It's rough with all the kids. I pray for every kid out here. I pray for everybody out here because so many things are going on in the streets. You look at the news every day, and there's something going on every day. And none of us are safe out here. Yeah. But, you know, we just got to put God first and ask him to put his protective arm around us.
Yes.
Because he will protect you. But you have to react also. Yeah. When you say, yes, God will protect you, but react also by protecting yourself. By not doing things that's going to put you in danger. You know. So that's another reason. But yes, I mean, what you're doing is wonderful. The mental health thing is very, very good topic, excellent topic. Because a lot of things that's going on out here is because people have mental health.
Yes.
And they wasn't getting to the bottom of the mental health that they have.
Yes.
A lot of people got killed and things that they're not thinking because their mind is not there. Their right mind is not there. And a lot of children are doing this. A lot of kids that's not even a certain age are taking other kids out.
Yes.
You know, not just kids, they taking adults out.
Yes.
So I mean, it's really mental health has to be something that's really talked about, something that's dealt with.
Yes.
Because we, because that's what a lot of things are happening with that.
It's very important.
Very important.
In Philadelphia, you see so many things happening now, and you wonder, why do they do that? And mental health, some of these people are going through traumas. Things that happened in their life from they were younger and never dealt with it. So mental health is real. And come to this conference because the young lady that's going to talk about mental health, she is a professional nurse practitioner. And she's going to really break it down about mental health. And also grief and loss, because so many people lose people this year, their loved one this year, and you have to know how to still go on
and cope with it.
It's hard.
And the only reason why I'm going on, I'm gonna tell you the reason why I'm going on, because I have God in my life. And then I have also I have a stronghold, which is my husband, to keep me, But other than that, it was something that was very, very, very hard. But I thank God for it every day, that I'm still able to get up every morning, do what I need to do, and live life. Because my son would want me to live life. He would want me to live life. He the one who was always so proud of me. Mom, you always look sharp. Mom, I can't believe you that age. Oh, Mom, He was always like, that's right, Mom. Keep going, doing what you do. I had to tell them young girls, y'all ain't got nothing on my mom. He used to tell them that.
And also, as you was talking about grief, I am a licensed grief and loss counselor. So you can't really tell people how long to go through their grief.
You can't. That's right. That's
people go
thing.
through their grief differently. One might go through their grief. It depends on what kind of grief it is.
Yes, it is.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because somebody might have a mother that was sick for so many years.
Yes.
And their grief going to be different than if you lose a son. So you can't tell people how to go through their grief.
I know, because I was telling somebody that, I always put my son on Facebook, letting him know he's never forgotten. He lives on in my heart. Okay? But the thing of it is anybody can't tell me when to stop my grieving. You cannot tell me that. At all.
And let me ask you a question too, not just with physical grief. Do you deal with, because sometimes people they be grieving relationships and grieving jobs. And the reason why I'm saying that because I had this job, oh my God, I mean when I tell you I love this job, this particular job I had, I mean I loved it. And so I thought I was gonna be there for almost forever. So literally when I got laid off, I went through it. I was just people was like, oh, well, it's just a job. It's just a job. But it wasn't a job, just a job for me because the money was good. The people were good. The surroundings, it was good. And then when I got laid off, I was like, oh, gosh.
Wow.
I can't.
That
happens. So there's different loss, right? You can lose your job, you can lose your money, you can lose your relationship. There's different
loss. So people take it
in
different ways. And that's that can happen. Definitely.
People was laughing at like, you tripping. Like what's you tripping. You still got your life and you still got and I'm like, but it's
Yeah.
And I would put that out there with even grief and loss. Know that when you're going through your grief and loss, there's always help for you. Talk to somebody. There are always psychologists to go to. Go in somebody's chair and talk to them. Because sometimes when we share those emotions and share those things that we're feeling, it will make us lighter. So talk to somebody. If you need that help, please get that help that you need.
That's wonderful, definitely. So I'm so glad you did tell her how to follow you. Everyone how to follow you. You can tell them one more time so they'll know how to follow you. And once as far as also going on the women's conference,
Okay.
let them know that.
So if you want to follow me, you could go to Charmaine Thompson on Facebook, or on IG you could CharmCare 11, and the flyers are up. So registration is open. With the help of the Lord, this year I'm hosting 100 ladies to come to this conference.
Yes.
And last year it was 70, and now I'm doing 100. And also there's going to be a big fashion show at the end of it.
Oh.
The
Yes.
fashion show will be Jay Pratt. He has a big store on Market Street. You could check that out, Jay Pratt. And
Yes.
we're going to just do some great fashion for the summer. So
Wonderful.
you'll want to come to this conference.
Wonderful, cool. Well, we want to thank you so much for
Thank
coming and talking about all the wonderful things that you do. We really appreciate that. And like you said, mental health is definitely a thing, and they need to go. And if you want to go, audience, just go. It'll be nice to go and be one of the special women out there to hear everything, all the wonderful topics that they're going to talk about.
I just have one quick question.
Yes.
Where is the conference located, and is it like a day long or like a couple days kind of conference?
So the conference is in Abington,
Okay.
and it's going to be from 10 to 2.
Okay.
So different topics, also the fashion show,
Yeah.
and we're going to do some great things. This conference is
Yeah.
going to change the life of any lady that comes to the conference.
Wow. Well, we're going to all talk about it. Definitely,
Okay.
definitely be a part of that. Mhm.
Thanks.
Well, we
so
thank you so much for
coming.
coming.
Thank
Yes.
you so much for having
Yes.
me. I really appreciate it.
Okay. So we're going to have our next guest in a few minutes, but you can go and I'll
Thank you so
Well,
much.
yes. What I want to say before we have my guest come on, I had to talk about the pageant that in 2023 for Dave Wilkes, the coordinator of the pageant. We need you ladies to sign up because we're starting early to sign up for the pageant that's coming. It's going to be wonderful. We're going to have different things going on. So if you know Dave Wilkes, you can inbox me and I can let you know about the pageant. Size 14 and up, women in size 14 and up. And he also has beautiful, beautiful things that he give away for giveaways on that day. So sign up, inbox me, ladies. Be the next queen for 2023. All right. All right. So now we're going to have our next guest. And his name is Marcus. Come on over, Marcus. Brother Marcus. Yes.
Let me see. Is this my good side?
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
Hey.
Marcus, who's this?
Oh, this is my little man. This is
He
my.
can come over
No.
too.
I don't want him on.
You want him on?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Don't want to put him on the one
Yeah.
that kidnap my child.
Oh,
You know.
okay, yeah, all right, I understand, yeah.
Kidnapping kids,
Yes.
you know how they be doing, so I have to go off.
Okay,
Alright, now.
oh, that's
I'm,
what I
I'm a
understand
little
that.
too old to be going off.
Yes,
But it feels good. Hey,
Yes.
everybody in social media land.
yes. How are
God,
you,
it's
Marcus?
so good to see you.
Yes, good
So
to see you.
come put your hands together.
Yes.
So good to be seen.
Yeah. It's so good to be
Marcus, how
seen.
are you?
I've been waiting to come on your show because I've been watching you and we know each other indirectly
Yes, thank
through
you.
Shay Monroe. So,
Yeah, Shay Monroe,
Yeah,
yes.
so that's when I'm
Yes.
saying, I know you, and your husband like, what you mean you know my wife? I'm like, no, bro. No, man. Because you know how we do it. Like
Yes.
when you're a social type
Yes.
person,
So
you
it's
meet
like, right.
you meet
Yes.
people. So yeah.
Yeah, I remember you, Mark. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you came on and tell us a little bit about what you do, Marcus.
Oh man, well, for those of you who don't know, I'm Brother Marcus, radio personality, Elements of Inspiration. You can catch me on Philly's Favor, 100.7 FM and 99.5 HD3.
Yeah.
Y'all might remember me from, do you remember me? I used to be on Praise 103.9 out here in Philly, so this is what I look like.
Marcus.
Yeah, this is me, girl.
Yeah, that's
Check out,
good. Yes.
See?
Yeah, that's Brother Marcus.
But let me tell you, when I was coming in the building,
But wait a minute, excuse me for a minute,
I'm sorry.
Marcus. On
Wow.
the day that we went for the gospel thing for Mike Jones. Remember that?
Yeah,
Were you there? Didn't I see you there?
Yeah.
I
was
talked to
there.
you then, right?
That's what I was trying to tell you. I saw
Yes.
your wife,
Wow,
and she, I said, hey, I stopped and talked
Yes,
to
we
her.
talked.
Hey, I know
Right,
you.
that's
She was
what I
looking at me like,
remember, yes.
she was looking at me like, don't try to talk to me. I'm like, wait a minute, what is you talking about?
No, yes, I did talk to you
Yeah,
then.
and we were chopping it up, and I was like, I'm proud of you, and she was like, all
Yeah,
right, bro. And I'm like, I'm a star. I'm a star. But yeah, I was on Praise 103.9 for a lot of years, and now I'm on a new station, and I'll be on tonight, Philly. 100.7 FM, so check me out. I'll be on tonight from 7 to 9, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. We'll talk about that.
Okay.
But how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good, yes.
You look good, just like your son
Thank
said.
you.
My mama look good. Anybody got nothing on you? I
Yeah,
gotta point at your husband because he watching me.
Yeah, it's so funny because my
Brother
son
Earl.
used to say that.
Yeah.
It was a horrible thing, but I miss him. That's my only son. That was my only son.
Wow.
But God has been good. All in all, he's been good. But I do have 2 grands. So my grand 18, well, she's 19 now, and then I have a grandson that's 7.
Oh, grand grown.
So he left me
young.
with 2
Okay.
grands. But I have other ones that I call my grands also. So
Wow.
Yes.
It's good to be here now. I know you
Yes.
asked me before.
Yes.
Like what else do I do?
Yes.
So I got to get on here and talk my talk.
Yeah,
Y'all
go ahead. Talk your talk.
But
More
I have a
Marcus.
book out. I have a book out.
Okay.
I don't know if it's as good as hers,
Okay.
but I do have a book. Just to say I have one.
Yes.
But it's called Elements of Inspiration. It's a 30-day devotional. It's really encouraging. Now, how many of y'all remember? Y'all remember the Daily Bread?
Yes.
Yes.
So it's kind of like the Daily Bread with me on the front cover,
Yeah.
just sitting like this.
Oh,
But it's kind of like the Daily Bread.
It is.
And so I do that, and I have a couple of records out right now.
Wow.
Yeah, I have a record. Some people looking at me sideways because my last single that I put out was called "I'm Chillin'." And they're like, "But don't you go to church?" Yeah, but why can't you go to church and still be
chill.
chilling?
That's right. That's right.
You know what I'm
Always
saying?
praise him first, right?
Yeah, if you go to hell, you ain't gonna be chilling. So, but yeah, so
we burning.
So that's I'm
Describe
burning.
it.
Bird, it's hot in here.
Yeah. But so I've that was my last single, but I have a record that plays all the time. It's called "God's Got It."
Yeah.
And
Wow.
so that's in rotation.
Wow.
So I'm very appreciative of those records, and I've done a couple of things.
So do you sing?
Yeah, I do a little singing.
You think?
Oh, wow.
I didn't say I was the greatest singer.
Oh, okay. I was
Let's hear
gonna
a
say, I'm
tune.
gonna ask you to do a little tune for us.
Only way I'm gonna do a tune for you if y'all got like a family first card or something, because I ain't singing for free. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. No, but seriously, I mean, I create music and stuff like that. I don't call it like singing. I'm a rhythm talker. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can hold
Right.
my own, but I like what I do, and some people they seem to enjoy it. And for those that don't, it doesn't stop paychecks from coming into my
Hey.
house. So,
That's right.
but but I do a lot of different things, and mainly try to do a new feature that I do on my show called I do something where I go out into the communities on location. So after we do this show here,
Right.
I'm gonna interview y'all and put y'all on my show.
Right.
Yeah,
Hey,
'cause that's how we
right.
do. We got to work together.
Yes.
You know, because I see what you're doing in the community.
Yes.
And you were saying you were working with children in the
Yes.
school district of
Yes.
Philadelphia.
Mhm.
And you're a
I'm
doctor.
retired. Yes, I'm a doctor of
Uh-huh.
education. I'm a retiree.
Uh-huh.
I did 30 years with the school district of Philadelphia,
Wow.
and decided to come back to help out the kids. Because a lot of teachers might not stay as long as I did. So what I do is I come back and help the children. Because they say the old school teaching. And I like the old school teaching.
Yeah. Well,
you know, to
what's
help the
interesting?
children.
But
Yes.
you got to have a heart, and I
heart,
say
yes.
this like, because I used to be a sub teacher.
Okay.
I don't know if I can carry the weight that you do, but I see that our young people, they really need
Yes.
us to really care about them and not care about the dollar.
Yes.
Like one of the things, and I will say this, and I'm going to do a drop for my wife. She doesn't care for this stuff, but my wife is a doctor too.
Oh, okay.
You know, Dr. Darlette
Yes.
M.J. Smith, and so she's got a doctorate in education and all that, and I'm so proud of her. But she also works for the district.
Okay.
And
Yes.
she had an event for Martin Luther King Day,
Yeah.
and we had Senator Hughes. Everybody knows Senator
Yeah.
Hughes.
Yes.
So me and
Yes.
Senator Hughes, we were chopping it, having a great time. But she's one who's just like you. It's all about the children.
All
It's
about
not
the
about the money or the
No,
financial
it's not.
remuneration, but it's all about the little people, and that's why she's spent so many years doing what you do. And what's
Yes.
beautiful is I can almost see her doing what you're doing after she retires.
Yeah.
You know, don't retire no time soon. But when she does, I know exactly.
you know what?
She's
It's so
probably going to
fun.
do what you do.
Yeah,
Like, go
she-
back into the
Yes.
community and help the children.
Actually, it was the best thing that I did. I
Mhm.
really believe that was the best thing I've done. You know, to get away, to go back and help out the children because they need us.
Yeah, they do.
They need us. And I always tell the kids when I see them, when I'm at, they know me. I stay in one school.
Mm-hmm.
I only stay in one school, so I'm like the building sub.
Ah,
In
gotcha.
that one school. Oh, someone's
Uh-oh,
calling
people
to see.
They calling.
I had to-
They calling.
12 years is all I could take.
Call her, Dr. Roxanne Contee show.
Yeah, I'm calling in about your guest,
About my guest. Which guest is it that you're calling about?
Brother Marcus.
All right,
Oh.
Brother Marcus.
Yeah,
Yes.
what's
He's
happening?
here.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that you guys have got a superstar in your midst. This
Yeah.
guy's very humble.
Yes.
He's very anointed. He's a minister of the gospel.
Amen.
Plus, he's interviewed people like Kirk Franklin and all those guys.
Oh, wow.
I actually do his executive protection.
That's my bodyguard.
Bodyguard.
That's-
Bodyguard.
you're
Well,
taking
you-
protection.
why you
That's
think
right.
that's right? Yeah.
Let me tell you. No. Let me tell you what happened. I remember. I got it. This is Apostle Burton, right?
Yes, sir.
See,
That's
let
right.
me tell you. As soon as he said
Why are you
executive
here?
protection, let me tell you. We have a funny story. I remember. Can I share the story?
Yes, sir.
All right. I remember we first met. We were Radio 1 Studios, right? I go in there, and he was actually security for Kirk Franklin, and him and another guy. So I come in there, and I'm talking, and I'm by myself, and so we just had we clicked really well, and we were doing a big concert. I think at Sharon Baptist or something like that in Philly, and so he says, yo man, I'm going to watch over you. You're going to be all right tonight. So enjoy yourself. And I'm like, what is you talking about? But everywhere I moved around, he would find a way to text me and say, like, do this. Like, I see you. You're
Yeah.
good. Because I was sitting
Yes.
around people, and you never know how
Right.
people act.
Yeah.
So that's how he became, like the security guard, just making sure I was good. So I remember one time I came to Delaware. I had to do an event. I was out there for like 2 days. So I come to Delaware. Unannounced. I didn't tell him because I was just trying to, come in and do my thing. So I come to Delaware. I'm in the hotel. I didn't say where I was. And I'm posted up on social media. I'm not telling nobody where I'm at or whatever. So he sees me, calls me immediately. He says, where you at? I'm coming up with my boys.
Okay.
So they pull up in the car, and then they make sure I was all right for the entire
that was
weekend.
wonderful.
So I can never really travel like certain places
Without
him.
Wonderful.
Even though I tried.
Yeah. Wow.
But that's the police.
Oh, okay.
Hey, police.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so I
We
appreciate you, man.
appreciate you, definitely.
Everybody give it up for Apostle Burton.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's
thank
always,
you. Oh,
it's
someone
always-
else called? All right, you too. We had another call too.
what I appreciate about people is when they see the authenticity of who you are.
Yes.
People, they work with you. They want to connect with you.
Yeah.
you know?
Yes.
And when you're not real or authentic, people stay away from you.
Yeah.
You know. And speaking of people, I'm a talker. Y'all done messed up.
That's okay.
Y'all done messed
That's all
up.
right.
But when I think about
I mean, you
people,
got something to say, so
Yes.
we're here to talk and I don't
listen,
got nothing to say.
always got something to say. You know.
Always good. That's
I got something to say, Mama. You know. But and when I think about like people, and you guys were alluding to this earlier, and I know
Yes.
that you're a counselor, for grief and
Yes.
stuff like that. That it's important that in any avenue that we have, we need to share avenues. Like on my show, you'll hear me say something about the elements of inspiration moment with the therapist.
Hold on.
Oh, we got another call. They
There
call.
we go.
They
Dr.
call.
Rock Show.
Hey, Dr. Rock.
Hey, how are you?
How are you guys doing?
Good. This is Shay Monroe, everyone.
Hey,
yeah,
Shay Monroe.
Hey, Shay.
What's
How are
happening?
you?
I'm doing good. I was just sitting here listening to the show, and you guys are really fun. I love hearing the messages, the heart for the children. One of the things I've always been about, having a heart for the children.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Yeah, and Brother Marcus, She's looking good over there, sir.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I got my little hat on.
Yeah.
I cross my legs with my Timbs on. Come gather around. No, but I
Yes.
appreciate you for calling
Yes.
in. Do you have a question for any of us or the other young lady who has a book and doing big things?
Yes.
Yes, I'm seeing all of you guys. I'm just going to jump on really quick because I'm saying you know where I am.
Yes.
But I to say to you guys, I really, really just appreciate and love your guys' heart, your messages, your you know, your outlooks on what it is that you're doing, and let everybody know what's coming up next for you guys.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
or, you know, be a part of your journey as well as you guys are always a part of our journey.
Thank you. Definitely.
well,
Yes.
God bless you.
Yes.
Thank
God
you.
bless you, Shay. Thank you so much for calling.
All right, guys.
Put
All
your
right.
hands
You
together.
in our
Shay
prayers,
Thank
and
you.
keep on hearing our prayers.
Shay Monroe, everybody. Shay
And you're in our
Monroe.
prayers. All right. You know what? I do want to mention that on February 3rd, which is coming up next Friday, mention to everybody. Showtime and I, who Showtime used to be one of our radio personalities, my host also. We both was hosts for Philly Hot Radio.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah,
remember Philly Hot.
yeah, Philly Hot Radio.
Yeah.
So we both were on Philly Hot Radio. So what we're going to do is we're having a show where we're giving out awards to people that was promoters and different people that we decided to give awards to, and we're going to keep it up and start doing that once in a while for people just to show our appreciation for everyone who, because a lot of people are not shown appreciation. Some people might get awards all the time,
Right.
but then you get some people that don't get no awards. So we just would like to do that for others. So we decided this was our first one, and we decided to do it February 3rd. It's going to be in Darby, PA, but I'll give all the information. I'm sure the information on Facebook also.
Okay.
But anybody, it's a free event.
But that's what I'm talking. You know
It's
what?
a free event.
I
$3.99.
gotta
Yes.
say this. I have never. I feel like Little Richard. I said feel, not act. Ain't nobody ever gave me nothing. So y'all better come out to this
The
event.
originator.
I'm gonna come up and get my award. Listen, I'm gonna do something I probably shouldn't be doing on the show because I'm like, you know, I don't have like show etiquette because I'm kind of ignorant. I want her to sit. Can you come sit over here? We're going. Yeah, social media. Listen. We're going to have a good time. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to interview you. I know you interviewed her.
Yes.
But I'm going to interview you, okay?
Okay.
All right, so you got to keep up with me.
All right.
Can you keep up?
I'll try.
All right, how you doing? What's your name?
My name is Charmaine.
Charmaine. Okay, Charmaine, you have a book out, right?
Yes.
What's the name of the book?
Faith in the Midst of Adversity.
Okay.
Faith in the Midst of Adversity. My next question is this. Now, you're a counselor.
Yes.
What kind of counselor?
Grief and loss counseling.
Grief and loss counselor.
Yes.
Tell everybody something about how you can help them with their grease. I'm
Grief.
thinking about, I need some grease.
This is my hair.
Their grief and loss. Like, what are some of the techniques that you can share with people that'll help them to get over their grief? Like,
So,
let's use death, for example.
okay.
Yeah.
Because you've experienced
Yes.
death.
Yes.
I've experienced death, like my
Yes.
mother, my best friend, like my everything. You know what I mean?
Wow.
She's gone. It's been 7 years.
Yes.
How many
Oh,
years
wow.
for you?
Well, it's been 3. It's going to 3 now for my
Wow.
son. Yeah. Well, yeah. 2021. Yeah.
So
3 years.
now, like I remember earlier in the show where y'all were talking, you said you can't really put a limit or a time limit on grief.
Right. You can't.
Right.
Because I know for the first time in many years, this is the first time that I really didn't feel so crazy during this time. You know what I mean? So what would you say to people that are going through, I want to use death because that's a really big one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like what are some of the techniques that you would, share with them? Look into the camera. and let me
So one of the technique thank you, Marcus. So one of the technique I'm going to say, so dealing with grief is very difficult. I always I'm going to tell someone that is dealing with grief that do something special for the loved one that already passed. Something that they had loved to do when they were alive.
Okay.
Yes. So one of the things, I'm just going to give an example. They used to go to shopping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your mom used to go to shopping.
Yeah.
Go to the ShopRite or wherever, the mall,
Mm-hmm.
and do a big display.
Right.
Because that's what your mom used to do.
Right, things
She-
like that.
Yeah.
She used to go to shopping,
Yeah.
do a big display, give out things and honor your mom in that
Yes.
way.
Gotcha.
My
You know
son,
what I mean?
my son used to love to
Yeah.
box, so I could practice on my husband.
So you can, at the boxing place, you could go to the boxing place and do a big
Yes.
promotion in regards to that, in honoring your son.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wow.
and invite
He's
all
love
of his
doing
friends to come, because that's something that he loves to do.
Wow,
Right.
You know,
Yes.
so little stuff like that.
Yes.
You know, you can do things in your home, things that your mom loved to do at home. Invite all of your family and do it. If your mom loved to cook.
Yeah, but you know, I don't want to invite everybody over because people are like, man, you owe me money. You know how that goes. I'm like, you know I ain't owe you no money.
So you're close friends. You're
Yeah,
close
you know.
friends. You know, whatever your mom used to do,
Yeah.
that is some things that you can do in
Yeah.
honor of them. You know, and invite your friends over.
Yeah.
Maybe do a picture of her with your T-shirt. We're on that day that she passed away.
Yeah.
You know,
Wonderful.
just in honor of
Well, you know what I used to do, and
Just
I
to
don't think
celebrate.
I don't think I've shared this with anybody, but I'm gonna share it with y'all, and I think
Okay.
it's something that helped me. Like the time that, you know, some people, I'm the date and the time that my mother died. I remember the date and the time. So every month on the date and the time, I would go to a quiet area. And I would just spend that moment because I was there when she took her last breath.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I remember the moment,
Yeah.
the time, the second, everything.
Okay.
And so every day for like a year on that particular date, the 10th, I would take that time out and just, and it helped me just to kind of,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I definitely agree with you saying do something that's really going to stay,
Yeah.
keep you connected and keep you getting over that.
Right.
Wow. Everybody put it together for the counselor.
Yes.
We love you.
Counselor, yes, we need
Now.
everybody. We need counseling. Definitely.
Man, we need, and listen, like
We
we
all
said
need
before,
counseling.
Yes.
we all need counseling. And I
Yes.
like the advice that you gave. And what I like for you, I'm going to extend this to you, and it's up to you. I ain't paying you, but it's up to
He
you.
said, I ain't paying. I'm kidding.
But I do a segment on my show called The Elements of Inspiration Moment with the Therapist.
Okay.
I have, you know, some people that are, you know,
Yeah.
doing things with me now. And they gave me like 40 seconds of something inspirational, powerful, motivational. So I want to extend that to you, and we can talk
you.
about
Oh,
how I
that's
do
nice.
that. Because I would like to have you, you know, featured on the show and being able to share a portion of what you're doing to help people and how you can help them. That sound cool?
Yes.
Thank you.
No money involved? Okay.
He said-
No, because you start putting money involved,
you know what? It's
we
not-
won't be friends.
It's
and
not
stuff.
about the money.
No, it's not about money.
helping.
To me, it's not about money. That's why I always tell people, I said, you know, think about, you know, building your resume. Think about doing things. Don't always think about it's about money.
Right.
Everything's about money. That's why I say our event is free right now. Okay, they don't align. They're aligned. We're not going to be free, but it's
Right.
free now.
Yeah.
So-
I want to come to that, Joan. Free event? Wait, hold on a second. I'm sorry. You got an event coming up.
Yes.
And I want to know, when is that event?
So the event is April the 8th.
April the
Yes,
8th.
April
From
8th.
10 to
I'll
2.
Put that on my
The
calendar.
cost, it was a cost for it because you have to pay
Of
Yes.
for
course,
people
yeah.
to come, you
Yes.
know, and it's $50 cost. It's not a lot.
No, that's
You
not
know,
allowed.
there are a lot lot of professional ladies
Yes.
that's going to be there just to educate.
Oh, this is just for the women.
Yes, just for
Oh,
the
brothers
women.
can't come. Oh, I
No.
thought we was gonna come. We was on the come up,
You know
brothers.
what? If you want to come, you can.
Yeah, but I got to do something. I can't just be sitting around and stuff. And, you know, I be just sitting
Well,
around.
maybe you could just
You
talk.
know, Marcus, if you come, you have to say something.
Oh, I'm gonna say something.
He said you gotta say
You have to
something.
say
Yeah,
I'm gonna
something.
say something. Get your offering pot ready. We go. Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all can edit that out, right? Y'all can edit that piece out. No,
But
but
it's going to be a great event.
and what's the
It's
name?
going to be a life changing. So the it's moving forward, level up.
Moving forward, yes.
level up.
Yes.
I really like that.
Yes.
Because I believe we all have to level up. The other thing that I want to say is you have an event coming.
Yes.
And now I forgot what I was going to say. Y'all got me. Look at that. Y'all got me.
He said he-
But no, I was about to say something. I totally forgot. Because I was trying to find my way to sneak into your event too. That's what it was. That's what it was. That's what it was.
Well,
Y'all got
our
that.
event is it's a free event, and it's going to be nice. It's our first one with Showtime and I.
Okay.
Showtime used to be, now this is my host right here. Showtime and I was host on Philly Hot Radio.
Mm-hmm.
Then we both decided to do our own radio, so he's doing his own and I'm doing mine. But we still going to work together to help others, and like we always did, like this is about helping others too.
Yeah.
It's not about us, it's about helping others and what they're doing and bringing them up on supporting them on different things that they're doing. In business, they might have a business, they might have something else. So we just, like, that's why we have the show, to help others. So we have, ever since I started this, we've been having guests.
Well, let me ask you this. Now, for
Every
both
sense.
of y'all, Because now I'm taking over the show. That's how you do when you're from the
That's
hood,
okay.
from the ghetto, man.
We'll take it over.
All right.
Hey, it's okay.
No, but seriously, so now that y'all have these great events going on,
Yes.
are y'all looking for vendors?
Yes.
Are we looking for vendors?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, not right now for us.
Okay.
You right now,
So-
not for
Yes.
them. Maybe the next one,
Mhm.
we'll probably be looking for vendors.
All right, so I'm gonna take this time and say, listen, everybody, if you want to vend at this event, level
Yes.
up, level up. Come on, everybody, get together, connect. How can
Yeah.
they reach you? Because that's real talk, true story.
So you could reach me on
Yeah.
Facebook, Charmaine Thompson, or on IG, CharmCare11.
All right, and if you can't get her, I don't know how to reach her, but you can hit me up anyway and be my friend, and then I'll get her information over to her, and then she can
Yes.
get it over to her,
Sure.
and then her
Yes.
husband will get involved because I was reaching out. Well, we want to see.
You are a funny one. But wait a minute. The thing with ours is a free event, but it's also if you like to dance. We have a DJ, great DJs is coming, and we're gonna have a little dance thing because I love dancing. So that's another thing we're having, and we're gonna give out awards to
Okay.
people. So it's gonna be a lot of nice professional people still coming to that. And
Listen, you know what? Now, if you're too churchy, don't be mad at me, because I'll be in there with my two-step and a drink, a ginger ale, that is.
Ginger ale.
A ginger ale. So I might show up. I ain't
Yes.
the greatest dancer, but I get out there and do the, you know what I'm saying, do the locomotive robot on you.
I can do that too.
Yes.
That's what I'm see,
Nothing wrong with that.
she gonna be my dance date.
Yes.
We're gonna be in there pop rocking,
Yes.
you know. But no, this is great, man. I think I done talked up all y'all time.
No, you didn't. No,
No.
we still got. We finished at 12:30 usually.
Oh, wow.
Because we have 2 hours. We usually have 2 hours,
Oh.
but we do to 12:30, and we would like to get our pictures in.
Oh, we're gonna
Because
get
that's what we
pictures.
do, get pictures in, and
Well, I just want to say this. If we take pictures and anybody here got like warrants and stuff, don't stand next to me.
Okay, you know
Don't
what?
stand next to me. They ain't playing around this. They ain't playing. I ain't going down with you.
I do have a question for you though.
Mhm.
How did you get started, like in the business, radio? How did you? Yeah.
Well, it all started when I came from Europe. No, I'm just
You
no. Well,
know,
it's, wow. Let me see. Well, it all started like. All right, I'll give y'all this particular story because I was always dabbling in radio. But there was a guy that used to be on 100.3 The Beat. His name was Pooch Man. And he had a show, and I remember I used to text. I used to have my little Metro PC phone, and I was homeless. I didn't have anything. I was trying to get myself together, and I would text him, you know, and him and like 10 other people. And then one day I stopped texting after like a week. So this one guy, I'll never forget his name. I won't say his last name. His first name is William. And Will was like, "Hey man, you know, I missed your text today." And so I prayed, and then I sent him a text because all the text messages was to motivate me and inspire me because I lost everything: family, friends, money, every houses, everything. And so I didn't have anything. So I just was trying to encourage myself and encourage others. So because Will said, "Hey man, I didn't get that message," I sent it out, and Pooch Man happened to notice of that message that I sent that day. And he calls me and he said, "Hey man, you know, I'd like for you to do this on my show." And I'm like, and at the time he was like the biggest guy on the radio. So I was like, oh man, I was kind of nervous. And he was like, "What do you call this?" I didn't have a name or nothing. I was like, I was nervous. And I was like, because, you know, he was always good at clowning people and, you know, making you look like a fool, you know, but he was good. He was very good at what he did. And I always respected that. And so he was like, "What do you call this?" And I was like, I don't know, the elements of inspiration. And so I just threw it out there. And so he said, "Call me at the top of the hour on my show. We're going to do it." So he says, "Hey, y'all, we got the good brother Marcus with the elements of inspiration." So he named me officially Brother Marcus. And the elements of inspiration was something that I stumbled across because I didn't know what to call it. And so from that day to this, I've created the brand Elements of Inspiration, Brother Marcus, and then one thing led to another. People started hearing me on the show, and I got this guy that wanted to do a website, and he had hit me up, and he was like, "Yo, man, I hear you on the, you know, on the radio, and I could do a website for you for free." And I was like, "Yo, man, I ain't about all that free stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm broke, but I ain't that broke, you know." But he was like, "Nah, man, I'm trying to, you know, help you out." So we talked. His name is Phil Stewart, Anointed Advertisement, Web Design. awesome. He did a thing for me, and then
Wow.
the next thing you know, people started to be able to see my face along with Facebook, and then the local popularity started.
Yeah.
And then after that, everybody started checking me out, and then Radio 1, I had a situation with Radio 1 where I was working for Radio 1, and the rest was just,
wonderful.
everything started working for me. So,
Wow.
you know, big shout out to all of the supporters and
Yes.
everybody that showed me love. I thank y'all. Because if
Yes.
it wasn't for y'all, I would still be here.
Oh.
I'm so rude.
He's-
I'm so messed up. No, but that's, you know,
So
That's the
the,
story
so the
short.
gospel, you said you used to be on the gospel. I remember you telling me that the last
Yeah.
time I.
yeah, I
Yes.
was on Praise 103.9 for like a number
Yes.
of years.
Yes.
And I remember before I got on,
Mhm.
Pooch Man, the same guy that was telling me, you know, that gave me a shot, like a 2-second shot on his show.
Mhm.
And that's what I try to do for other people. If I see something, I feel something,
Yeah.
like what I'm doing with you.
Yes.
I see something, I feel something,
Thank
you. Yeah.
and I'm like, yo, you could bring that to what I'm doing because
Yeah.
somebody noticed me that same way, and
Yes.
it blew
Yes.
up where everybody knows me. So, Pooch Man was the same guy that said,
Uh-huh.
hey man, you need to write a book. He was like, yo man, you know, you need to put out some T-shirts and all of this stuff. And so I had some good people around me that were doing free T-shirts for me.
Wow.
Wow.
And I started giving them out at like Yesha and all these other places. And people were like, who is this dude? Nobody know him, but y'all gonna know.
Y'all gonna
And so
know.
that's when I got into big on doing a lot of promotions, or, you know, for myself. And then I
Yes.
try to share that with other people. So
Mhm.
yeah, so it all works out. And I believe in, you know,
Right.
sharing these concepts
Yeah.
and helping out everybody else, because when we think that it's all about us,
Yeah,
Right.
that's right.
It never works.
and I like
Never
that.
gonna
Never
work.
work.
It's
Never
never
gonna
gonna
work.
work. So I always
What-
try to make sure that I can help.
What is your biggest creative process like, though?
In terms of, you got to break it down to me. I'm
Like
a little
your,
slow.
you know, anything that you've done. I mean, what was your biggest one, far as your, you know, the radio? Which
Mhm.
one did you enjoy more, and your creative process was like?
Oh man, like radio for me, that's a big creative process. Some people think that, you know, you can just say, oh, I'm gonna be a radio personality, or I'm a whatever, and you get up there and you think you could just do it. It's like somebody saying, oh, you're a funny person. Be funny.
Yeah, right.
There's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
process to it.
Yeah.
So like I take time doing like research, praying over what I'm gonna, you know, put on
Yes.
the air, and sometimes you know, you after a while you have a routine, so you become, you know, practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
So I can really literally just jump on and do a show
Yeah.
and make it pop because I've been doing it for so long.
Right.
But there is a creative process.
Yes.
If you want a great show, you got to pray. If you want a great
Amen.
situation, you have to have great people
That's
around
right.
you.
Yes.
And you know, you got to respect those people
Right.
that are working with you. And so anybody that has done work with me can never say anything negative or bad. And if so, call this number right now. We need to talk.
Yes, but call us 443
That's right.
522 3988.
Yeah,
The
that's
number
right.
is 443-522-3988. Call us, call up. You just heard Marcus talk. You just heard Charmaine. And you heard Sharon. Come on, call up. If you have some questions, call us. We're waiting.
That's
We're
right. Y'all
waiting.
better call because we
Wait.
finna leave. We going out to get some pizza and grits. Stop
He
playing.
said pizza and grits. Pizza and grits. What a
There
combination.
you go. There you go. There
Now, I
you go.
eat grits with sugar and milk. And
That's how I do
butter.
mine. I eat my grits with sugar
Wow.
and milk
Milk,
Milk,
butter,
sugar,
right.
and
milk.
butter.
But
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
not sugar no more.
What you eat it with?
Just a little bit butter.
no,
You can't
I
talk to her.
stay with the
You can have her, man. You can have her.
I'll keep her.
Keep her.
I'll
Okay?
keep her. That's
Yeah, she put a keeper, right?
Man.
we don't do sugar no more.
We don't do
Oh,
sugar.
oh,
We just don't do
okay.
sugar.
Okay. none
No
of that.
sugar, you get your little diabetes and all kinds of stuff.
You ain't no diabetical. You don't look like
No,
no
I'm not.
diabetic.
No, I'm not diabetic.
Oh,
No,
no, okay.
no. But I'm saying too much sugar.
Sugar, salt, and
much
fat.
Too
we-
much
we out
sugar.
of it.
Too much. You know, it's funny.
Sugar, salt, and fat. We don't do no more.
You know,
Yeah,
the
right,
older we
right.
get, it's like we got to be more careful. Like
You gotta be
know.
more careful. I just turned 60.
You ain't turned nobody 60.
Yes, I did. I just
Girl,
turned 60.
stop playing.
Yes.
I bet
Wonderful.
you. So you got yourself a young boy. Look at you. Look, listen.
60, I
She
just-
got herself a teenager, y'all. I'm looking at him. I'm like,
Earl
She
over
look
there,
young.
he look like
Brother Earl, wait a minute. We
Brother
both turned 60.
No,
Actually, I'm older than her. Actually.
No,
Are you
he's not.
serious?
No,
Yes,
he's not.
yes.
No, he's not. He's
A
not
month,
older
a
than
month
me.
older.
He's younger than me, but 1 month. By 1
A month
month.
older
Listen,
than
We
you.
you know
both
what?
turned
I gotta say
60.
this. I can't be in a room. I can't be in a room with a full of liars now. They know there ain't nobody 60, 61. They look like I'll be short cousin.
I'll be short cousin.
Hey, listen.
I met him while I was DJing.
You see,
Right?
that's that look. That
I'm
Marcus,
so-
that's that no sugar. That's that no drinks. We don't drink.
Wow.
That's what my
We don't
holistic
drink, we don't
doctor
smoke.
told me.
We don't do none of that. I think all that comes to play when you want to look a little younger.
Mhm.
You know, all that stuff that you do.
So
don't
you trying
do.
to say I'm drinking because I'm real dark?
No!
No, I'm just
I'm just saying it helps. It helps. It helps.
No, for the record.
Yes.
For the record, no drinking. I don't drink.
You don't drink
I don't.
either?
Nah.
Yeah.
You might catch me, but you seeing it all wrong.
You drinking soda, right?
I drink soda. I shouldn't be drinking soda, but I do drink soda.
Yeah.
And but that's like the strongest drink I think I drink. Is like soda.
Okay.
Soda, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, soda, there's nothing wrong with soda once
I
in a
don't
while,
smoke,
you
nothing
know.
Like that.
You don't drink red wine?
No, I don't drink. Nah, man. No, I don't.
At the Last Supper, they had red wine.
Yeah, but I like.
But it wasn't the kind that we have now.
But I wasn't
it's a different kind. It's a different kind,
Fermenting process.
sir.
I know, right?
But,
That's probably like food wine.
yes.
But you know, I have to say this. This is what was on my mind because me and this young lady here, the doctor, the author, the future person helping me out on my show. You guys were asking about like relationships and how soon should you be with somebody before you get married.
Yes, I did ask that question.
So I want us to talk about it because we were sitting in the back.
He said I wasn't talking about that.
We was over there saying, them two don't know what they talking about.
I heard y'all.
That's our opinion.
I was
Yeah, so I was like, man.
What were y'all saying? What were you saying?
What we saying, we believe when you see somebody, you just take them. Make them yours.
Make them yours. Make them your wife or your husband, right?
No. What
See,
we
now,
say-
you know what? I'm from the old school. We have to wait for the man to, ask our hand in marriage.
Well,
that's the
yeah.
way. So, I mean, for a woman, a woman probably would have been like, yeah, let's get married right now.
But you know,
No,
that-
some
I
women
think,
probably would have been
well,
like,
I
let's
think
do
this is the deal for me. Well, I want her to share hers. 'Cause
Share,
her
yes,
I like
yes.
the way she was sharing. She
Yes.
was sitting close to me and telling me. I was like, oh. But tell everybody about what
Yes.
you think and how if it's okay for me to
Yes,
put you on the
that's
spot.
fine.
Like
Yes.
your relationship and
Yes.
how it all happened and where y'all at now
Oh.
and what your opinion is. I love this.
Yes.
So I met my husband. We dated for 6 months.
6 months, y'all.
6 months.
6 months?
And in 1 year, we got married. And I've been married for 27 years.
Wow.
Love the man. I would marry him all over again. So it
Yes.
depends.
Yes,
So
it
it
depends.
depends.
When you meet somebody, you know if they're your soulmate.
Well, I
There you
knew
go.
this was
Yes.
he's my soulmate. I needed a light in the back of my house. He
Wait a
put
minute,
it up.
that's ladies. Hold on. If you need a light in the back of your house, that's how you find your man. Go ahead.
Well, he would like, it's too dark. I don't like that you got to come in that house where it's too dark. So he put a bulb up there for me. Okay. And a window was broke in my house, so he decided to fix it. Didn't ask for no money or anything.
Did he break it on the slide, you think? So
That's what I'm
He
saying,
could have.
girl.
Yeah.
No, our son broke
no.
it.
The light. I'm finding a pattern here. The light.
The light,
The window.
the window.
Next to the door. Was it the door?
So wait a minute, and another thing, I'm not finished now. We went to, he was taking my students. My students out. We was all going out on the to see the black circus. You remember the circus one? And he told me that he don't think they could go. And I said, well, let's see. He said, I'll take y'all. So he took all of us out to the during it, work time. He took all of us
Black
to the
Soul
black
Circus.
Whoa,
So,
wait, you
that's
paid
what we-
for that out of your pocket?
No.
Oh, I was about to say.
No.
School district pocket.
Oh, okay. I was about to
No,
say.
what happened was, so he took us there. So that's how we met. And we 2004, 2005 is when we got married. 2005.
So when y'all met in 2000?
We met a while.
We
What was
worked
it?
years together.
We met. We both was working school district of Philadelphia
Mhm.
since 1986.
87.
or more.
So let me say this, y'all. y'all can meet somebody wonderful and beautiful at the school district of Philadelphia, and especially if they fix your broken light and your cracked window.
That's right. There you go. There you go.
And that's how you
Yes.
get. Now let me tell you,
Yes.
like when I met my wife, it was weird because like some people they put time frames on stuff.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
you need to wait 2 years. That's what I heard them saying. He's saying that because that's how long it took him to say, "Hey, girl." But sometimes you know.
Yeah,
You know, and
you
all of
know.
us have a past, right? So
Yes.
none of us were perfect.
Right,
we all
right.
done
Right.
some stuff or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But sometimes you'll meet a person
Yes.
that you just click with.
Yes.
And it don't take all of that, like, you know,
Years
it
and
doesn't
years.
take years.
Yeah.
My grandmother used to say, you know, God rest her soul, she used to say, if you find somebody that you just can't stop seeing and being with,
Uh-huh.
y'all should just get married.
Yes.
Now that's grandma's simple, basic
Yes.
way of doing it.
Mhm.
But if everything is just peaceful, like you could be yourself.
Yes.
Like, you know, I'm always like the way I am now.
Yeah.
I'm like this all the time.
the
Like
time.
I mean, there's times I'm
Right.
quiet, and depending on what I'm doing.
Right.
But for the most
You
part,
live. You live.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm like
Is
a live
wifey
wife.
looking? Wifey looking?
Yeah, she probably watching.
Wifey,
I'm gonna pay that bill. You know I'll be back to pay that bill.
Hey,
I'll be
wifey.
there. But you have to find somebody that understands
Yes,
you. And
yes.
like even when we got really serious and about to get married, I said to her, I said, if all of this Brother Marcus stuff,
Yeah.
being a live wire is too much,
Yeah.
I don't have a problem, like, you know, just dismissing it and just shutting it down and being a regular dude. Like, that's
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
And she was like, nah, that's who you are. You know what I'm saying? That's and so when I heard that she wasn't trying to change me, it helped me to be a better me. And the
Right.
weirdest thing is, like, I used to be out all the time trying to do all these events and go here and go there.
Go there.
I'm like, man, since I got married, I don't even do a lot of stuff. I go, it's like a la carte. Like, I think I'll go here and then,
Yeah.
like, not like just trying to be on the scene.
Yeah.
But things are different, and I do believe that, you know, you shouldn't rush it or pressure
Right.
it. Like, if it's natural, it'll flow. But if it doesn't flow, then let it go.
Right.
And I believe if you're with somebody, and it's like 10 years,
Yes.
11 years, 15 years, like,
Yes.
I wasted somebody's time like that before. And I had to tell them, look, I'm sorry I wasted your time, but that's not fair.
Yeah.
You know, you know if you want to be with somebody.
You know.
Yeah.
So,
You
you
know.
know.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
guess the older we get, the wiser we become.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's why I'm like, I can see people from a mile away. I
Well,
don't
see,
wanna do
people, and you know what? And people used to say, I was you young when you got married. I was young when I first got married to my first marriage. I was 21.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what my mom got, she's a good example of someone getting married. Middle school, I think. It was young. They were really young. And they
Yeah.
got married. But they still together for 61 years.
Well, let's give that a clap. Seriously.
61 years, they're still together.
But this is the thing.
Yeah.
This is the thing. With them getting together and being married at that time period when they got married, my personal opinion is they were much more mature than we were.
Yes.
And times
yes.
were different.
Yes.
Where back then, African Americans or just black folks or just people
Right.
really took relationships for real. Like, if you kiss me, we go together.
Yeah, right.
This thing forever, ever. You know,
Yeah, right.
where now we'll stay with somebody and be around them and be like, oh, I don't like the way you snore no more. I'm out.
Right, right.
You know,
I
or,
know,
this-
stupid
or
stuff.
we're exposed to so many options
Yes.
that it's hard for people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you know we got married, I'm sure we all got married young or met somebody young,
Young, right.
and we're not with them anymore. And we try to teach our kids like, slow down. There's nothing wrong with getting married when you're 30 years old. There's nothing wrong with
There's
it.
nothing wrong with it.
So this way you can get your career, you can get yourself together,
That's
you
right.
can be focused, you can
Right.
be ready. But sometimes we marry because we're like, oh man, I did this with this person. Now I gotta
Right.
marry them, or now I have to, you know. It's a
Right.
whole bunch of factors. But like you said, you got married when you were young.
I was
The
young.
key word is young. You know.
And
you
then
thought
my son came through that marriage also.
Yeah.
So and I carry his name Myers Contee because I am a Myers Contee, but my marriage name is Contee.
Mm-hmm.
So because of my son, I always carried his name too.
Right, which
Yeah.
makes sense.
Mhm.
Which totally makes sense.
But my maiden name is Robinson,
Mhm.
which I never could
You a
forget.
Robinson?
I'm a Robinson.
You ain't better stop some laying around. You see?
Are you a Robinson?
Wouldn't you like to be my neighbor?
And Margaret, you know what? I think we're in a different era now.
Yes.
These kids are not getting married young.
No.
They're getting married when they're in their 30s.
30. Yes. Yes, they are. They
Because
are.
they're now doing career.
They're not doing young.
They're
Yeah,
saying,
young.
I'm going to finish my career before this happened, you know, and they're traveling now. And
But you
so
know-
we're in a different era.
I think I was a strong woman because at the time when I got married, I was holding a job, taking care of a son, in college.
Mm-hmm.
So, and got my bachelor's, got my master's, and still was, doing the things that I was supposed to do in school. It just didn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
But later on met Earl Contee, so like they said, three
Hey,
strikes.
Earl. Hey, Earl. Hey, I want everybody to see Earl. Earl, come over here. Come here, Earl. Earl, listen, I'm not afraid to say it. He's a handsome man. Sit down. Sit down right here for a
He
second.
said, I'm like, yeah,
Sit down.
You said I'll be sure.
Okay, now look at him, Earl. Don't look at him now. Ladies and gentlemen, Earl Contee.
Glad to see Marcus. Marcus is a funny guy.
Yes.
No, and this, let me tell you something.
Brother Earl.
Brother, he's a handsome guy. Real
Yes.
talk.
Yes.
And if you see him, ladies, stay away from him. Because I heard she got a switchblade. And she ain't playing.
She got a friend that will snitch.
And she got a gun
She got a snitch blade.
Listen, all the snitches in the building, raise your hand.
I will, and I'm not ashamed to tell her.
Funny.
But,
Listen, and go to
I love
church,
this
go to
show.
church the next day. Amen.
You're cool.
That's right. That's right.
Well, I think we got to take pictures soon.
Yeah, well, we will. We will be taking
okay.
pictures. We getting ready to stop the show in a few minutes. Because we have Brett. We have all the people that's part of the show. Is Earl Contee, who is my manager, and then we have Sharon, who's my host, and we have Brett Jolly, who is my
Wait,
tech
is he
person.
related to,
He's my tech person.
Yeah.
Bill Jolly?
Yeah, Billy
That's
Jolly
his brother.
brother.
Billy Jolly, I can't believe they connect.
They brothers.
I don't know why I didn't even think
Yeah,
of
they
You
that.
didn't know?
brothers.
Oh,
I couldn't even
you
say-
couldn't connect it?
I couldn't connect the dots. I had a problem when I was a kid connecting dots.
Look, Marcus, you are funny.
Man, listen.
Okay?
Listen.
You are funny.
I'll be honest, I didn't know how
Huh?
like funny you were.
Yes.
For some reason, I don't know why I thought that you were gonna come in here and you were gonna be like,
Stuck up.
yeah.
But you know,
Oh,
it's
she
so-
thought that?
Yeah, stuck up to
I
Christian
No,
man.
but it's so funny because
I honestly,
Like-
I just didn't know.
let me tell you something. I was getting ready to come in, like when I was, I gotta say this. My wife was like, "Don't go down there wearing no Timberlands and no hoodie and no kufi hat," because I'm like, I just want to go down there and chill with everybody.
Yes.
I didn't want to have no church shoes
That's
on talking
right.
about and the deacons saying.
That's the kind of show
I wanted to
this
come
is.
down and have some fun.
It was
So,
okay. You came. But you know what? Dr. Rock, she's still, everybody say, oh, you dress, I dress up. I just do me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? That's just me.
Uh-huh.
And this is, I'm a founder of the program, so I definitely want to do me. And sometimes you might see me, dressed down.
Mhm.
But that's just me. I just
You ain't gonna
love
see her
to-
dressed down.
You know what?
Yeah, we did the Eagles. We did
hold
the
on,
Eagles.
let's
Remember
ask
that?
you, have you ever
But
seen her
dressed
dressed
down.
down?
Yes,
down.
yes, we did the
I
Eagles.
dressed, well,
We were about to put our Eagles uniforms
she
on.
said, what?
One time did I see you? I think, but it really wasn't dressed down. You had blinged out jeans and
Uh-huh.
some sharp heels and a blinged
When
out.
I saw her that night, she was all.
Listen,
This-
don't forget that she's
But that's
a
right,
We're
but-
a model.
A model,
That's
yes,
right.
a
Yeah,
model.
we're a model
See, I'm
together.
a model.
Yes.
Actually, I was supposed to go to New York on February
model.
11th.
Oh, wow.
The model. Well, not February 11th. Yeah, February 11th. I was supposed to be in the New York show.
Your New York
Oh,
fashion
and
show.
look at-
Yes.
and she.
Yes.
Wait,
We're
now-
both model together.
Yeah, we
So hold on
modeled
a
together
second.
before.
So all this.
No, I'm not doing it right now because certain things came up,
Oh.
No,
and
tell
also
us about it.
this-
No, I'm just joking.
No, certain
No,
things
we ain't
came
gonna
up.
go there.
Well,
No,
the conflict
I'm
of
gonna tell you.
interest.
I'm
No,
gonna say.
don't tell her. I don't want to get in
Okay.
trouble and the cops be
No,
up there.
but Debonair, shout out to Mr. Debonair. I always model for him for 20. I guess I say maybe
10 years, you said?
no, about 15 years with him, maybe or less. Maybe 15 years with
So
Debonair. And I always modeled with him every year. This year something came up that I couldn't do it, and I did have a whole lot of girls that we were going to do it together and go down, travel down together. But and also this is the month of my son.
Oh, right. So that
You
makes
know what I mean?
sense.
So even though I like to just do things and keep myself busy, and I am keeping myself busy.
Right.
But I told her it wasn't because of that the reason why we're not going. It's certain things that came up with the ladies and all of us. So we said maybe next time, because he does come to Philly a lot too.
Mhm.
Right.
Now not a lot, but he did come to Philly.
Periodically.
Yeah. So I've been.
y'all
but I've
model
been
together.
We modeled once
One
together.
together.
Recently we modeled together.
Y'all think I can be a
December.
model so I can get
Yeah,
some
come on,
extra money?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I
Sure
don't
you
know
can.
how.
Yes.
I'm trying to get in new outfits.
They got designers give you outfits.
Yes.
This
Yeah,
the
see what you
runway?
got.
You see what you got?
In my boots?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that
Go ahead.
Yes. Show everybody.
Don't make me do it.
Show everybody what you got.
I ain't got nothing.
Oh, you got
I ain't got nothing, you know.
It's all good.
No, but man, that'd be nice to be modeling.
You a
I can
natural.
get you
You're a
a-
natural. You got
Yes.
open
I can
personality.
get you into modeling if that's what you like to do.
Oh my goodness. See, he's your manager, right?
Yes. I got to talk to my manager first.
And I got to talk
I
to
forgot. I got to
Listen,
talk to my
wait,
manager
wait,
first.
talk to your
Yeah,
manager.
talk
But I got to
it.
talk to my boss.
Yes.
Yeah, she be bossing me, man.
I'll talk to my manager, see if he would like, you to be a part
She
of
bossed
the
me
family.
too.
She
You
boss-
ain't alone.
My wife-
He said,
But
you
you know
gotta-
something? My wife be bossing me.
Yeah, he said boss. Well, he said I'm his boss. Well, guess what? His boss told him I was his boss.
Well,
Okay.
there you go.
And
His
there you
boss.
go.
And you know what's
His
so
boss
crazy?
told him
My
I
wife
was the
bossed me.
boss.
That
but
was
she
the
be real cool.
superintendent.
We be in public.
Yeah, I
and
told
stuff.
him, huh?
We see and my wife we be in public and stuff.
Yes.
And she be bossing me. Nobody know what's going on. We be smiling. So she be like, you go ahead and act foolish if you want.
That's what you do.
I feel you, Marcus. I feel you.
So,
I feel you,
Yo,
Marcus.
that's what your wife tell you. Hey, what's your wife's name?
Dr. Darlette.
Dr. Darlette. Shout out to Dr. Darlette. That's
She's been in
right.
the system for a long time,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, man.
I probably met her.
You probably do.
I used to drive the superintendent.
She's a
Oh.
teacher?
What did you say? The
No, a
system?
principal.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
she-
Dr.
What school she
Wait a
at?
You
minute.
said the
Oh.
system, so some people might think
Oh,
the system.
Oh, the
The
system.
system.
The
Not
school
in-
system.
Yeah, not in the system. The other system.
Yeah, no, not that system.
Nah.
Not that system. Don't have to throw that on.
Not the school
It's
system?
the
She's
system.
not in the system.
Yes.
System.
Our system.
Not
In the
system. System. Shake it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm wrong cutting up. I know people on social media like that, man.
That is good.
But I know we gotta take some pictures.
Yes, we're gonna take pictures.
And-
But what I want to do is close this out.
Yes.
Okay, but I'm gonna let you say something first, Charmaine,
Yes.
and then you, Marcus, and then we have Sharon, and then I'll close out.
All right, y'all got that. I got
Yes.
it wrong. You, me, and them.
Yeah.
And then back over and okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
So Charmaine.
I would say for ladies and men, move forward. Don't be stuck in your situation, but move forward and do great things with yourself.
Okay.
Level up. Level up.
Yes.
And come to her level up event.
Yes.
That's right. If I had anything to say to anybody, I would just say, we got to work together. We got to stick together. We got to share our resources. None of us can do anything by ourselves and think
Right.
that it's going to be worth something. So we've got to work with other people collectively
Yes, we do.
to see a great
Collectively,
impact.
yes.
And again, I can't stop saying share your resources.
Yes.
Somebody can use you. Somebody can,
Yes.
benefit from what you have.
That's
Yes.
right.
Thank you, Marcus. Thank you,
Thank you.
Mr. Charmaine.
Thank you.
So now we have Sharon.
I just would like to say thank you both for being here. We've had a lot of good shows, but this is just one of my favorite.
Yes.
I just feel so comfortable. I'm not saying I don't never
Yes.
feel comfortable, but like I said, I don't know why I thought that about you. I didn't know you or anything like that, but
They said I wasn't cute and I was ugly and couldn't read.
I just didn't know. No,
She didn't know you. Yeah.
Because you know how sometimes when people have a certain
Look.
position or whatever,
Uh-huh.
or job or gig, when they come in like demanding, like I need 20 bags of Skittles, I need alkaline water, I need this and that, or
2 packs of
I'm
weed.
not coming in.
No.
I'm
Yeah,
again.
that too. Or I'm not coming in unless y'all,
Yeah.
focus on me. I'm not
Wow.
sharing the show with anybody else. I'm just putting it out there. So thank you for coming.
You thought, yes.
Nah,
but
I
nah.
appreciate y'all allowing
Yes.
us.
Yes.
Yeah, man, it's not about, I know I attract a lot of attention because I'm crazy,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's, she's got a story to
Yes.
tell. And, these guys got work to do and y'all got stories to
Yes.
tell. So,
Work together.
I just try to make everything fun.
No, but you did well.
You did.
You did
You
well.
did.
Let me thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
I want to say both of y'all have been wonderful, wonderful.
Yes.
It's exciting to me. It was beautiful. My mother, shout out to my mom. She was supposed to be looking at it this morning. And the ones that didn't call, it's fine. But I hope you were looking and tuning in because this was a great show.
It sure
you
was.
missed the show. And if you're anybody out there, for the topics that we talked about, anybody, with mental health,
Yes.
tell them about the different situations Charmaine she deals with. She's a counselor, so connect them with Charmaine. And then we have Marcus, you know, who definitely is a radio personality, and he also is a Christian man.
Yes.
And he's also funny. If you need a laugh, you call Marcus
Oh,
up.
definitely. I had no
Have your
idea.
checkbook ready.
Yeah.
Ask Jesus
And,
if you can swipe it first.
So I want to thank everyone for coming, and everyone for all my fans out there who check us out every once a month. We only on once a month, and we thank you for tuning in. God bless you all. Love you all. Remember, God is the reason for our season, and we got to keep doing the right thing, because without Him, I don't know where none of us would be without God. So always put Him first and foremost. And I thank my manager,
Brother Earl.
Brother Earl. And I thank my friend Brett Jolly. He's my friend. He's my tech man.
That's
So
Bill
I
Jolly's
thank
brother,
him for
y'all.
that.
Bill Jolly's
Yeah,
brother.
Bill Jolly's brother. Yeah.
I don't know.
He's my brother.
Now, he's the oldest brother.
You the oldest
I'm
one.
the oldest.
Yes.
Are you serious?
I'm very serious.
I want to get a picture with you. I'm gonna call Bill and say, "Hey, Billy." Billy. Hello, Billy.
Yes. So we thank you for the questions, guys. You know, they answered our questions, and everything that we talked about, we're gonna do next week. Not next week. Next month. We'll talk about the other stuff that you said, religion and other stuff. So we'll keep that for another time.
And
But thank you for that.
Valentine's
Ooh,
But and
Valentine's Day.
if anybody out there, you know, any guys in your mind that want to get married, look, ask that girl, get engaged. There's nothing wrong with that. If you love her, put that ring on. Put a ring on it. Put a ring on
If
it.
you like it,
and
then you
say-
should. Oh, I ain't gonna say that. That's the wrong song to say.
What was you going to say?
If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. But you can't. Y'all know anyway.
I know.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
just listen.
Right,
if
listen.
you know that that's the one, then go.
Go
That's the
for
one
it.
for
You know,
you. Then
for it.
go for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So I want to next week, next month.
month.
I keep saying next week. I'm sorry. You know why? Because this show is the bomb. So that's why I keep saying next week. Next month, we're going to have a designer on
Mm.
that makes clothes. I think I got to make sure this right for Sisters in the movie for Tyler Perry.
Oh wow.
Everybody look at Sisters.
Yes.
So he should be coming on here. So I got to get the date, and we will be advertising that.
All right.
Okay? All right.
So next
See
time
you later.
America.
Next time.
Next time. Bye. All right.
All right.
All right.